I tip, and I don't give a shit if people think you shouldn't tip. I tip. That's just me. And so here's Mr. Dumbass, okay? I had a guy right there. I could have said, could you please take my bags outside where I'm meeting the Bolt driver, to take me to my other hotel. I was all prepared for that. But no. I tipped the cart, rolled it outside, and started rolling it down the ramp, which is only about 7 feet long, but in 4 feet and 7 feet, it's kind of steep. I don't know the pitch, okay? But steep. And I was doing great. Hence was, right? Past tense. About halfway down, I hit some sand from the planters, right? That had blown, dried out. And it was just like hitting marbles, man. My feet went like this. And my arms went like this. And my ass, boom, onto the cement. Tile, but onto the concrete. And I screamed in agony. I literally, like, screamed. Because I felt, it felt just like when I herniated L4 and L5. But worse. I mean, I was in agony. And of course, immediately, they're gonna, start calling me Humpty Dumpty or something. Fell down and couldn't put them back together again or whatever. Because I'm not a weevil. They wobble, but they don't fall down. But I'm freaking falling down. But literally, I had the facilities, I had the capacity for someone to help me and to give them 75 cents. Here. Thank you. But no. Dumbass. I tell you what, my ass hurts more from my foot kicking it than the fall. But literally, instantly, there's like a fucking stadium of people trying to help me up, and I'm going, whoa, 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 whoa! Don't just start tugging on arms and shit. All right? I said to this, I think he was German. I said, grab my right arm. Because I can't push down on this one, right? This is as far as it bends, right? This one bends like this. This is as far as I could go. I mean, I could pull it farther, but it's because I shattered the shit out of this. Part of the delay of me getting here. But I said, okay, grab my right arm. First I did the once over, okay? I feel everything. Nothing's broken. Except something inside. Something's messed up. I said, no, grab my right arm, turn me around. I need to help myself get up. So I can get my hand on the ground, get my foot under me, and stand up. And so then I stood up, and I dusted myself, took inventory again. No bleeding, no nothing. Thanked everybody, and then it was all quiet again. I was outside all alone. Feeling like a embarrassed dumbass. So I rolled down the driveway a bit to where the car could see me come in, the Bolt. I was in agony. I got into the Bolt and I had to lay down. I couldn't sit. And he actually had fairly decent shocks. But so I'm holding on to the handle of the car with my left hand and lifting my body up and leaning over to my right and propping myself with my left elbow, because every bump we hit, it just lit up. Not like a pain here or a pain there. It was like if you took a saw and cut right through my belly button, right through me. The pain radiated all the way around. And I know that feeling. And when I herniated L4 and L5, it was bad. But this was worse. I actually thought I ruptured a disc, not herniated it. You're like a jelly donut, and you squeeze it out, comes out, and then that pushes against the nerves. That's a hernia. It comes back in. Put too much pressure on it, we bend, whatever. Degenerative discs, all these different things come into play. I thought, oh my God, I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. Number one, I'm not supposed to do anything strenuous. I'm not supposed to push when I urinate. I'm not supposed to push when I do a number two. And what do? I land on it. I mean, between your number two and number one, right up there is your prostate. And I landed square on it with all of my body weight. So all these thoughts are going through my head. Holy shit. Fuck. I'm going to be down here for months, man. I'm going to have back surgery. I mean, really. So I took a test walk after I got back. I got in they let me in my room. I said 2.5 earlier on a video, but it was actually 2 hours and 15 minutes. They let me check in early. I walked in the door in complete pain, and they recognized me from numerous trips here. And her eyes got real big, and then she said something, and then the guy who recognizes me, he says, "Oh, Mr. Mitch." Now, he doesn't call me Mr. Mitch because of YouTube. Because he doesn't, they don't know if Mitchell is my last name, my first name, my middle name, nothing. They don't know, right? So, but they're not going to say Mitchin, like Guggen or Nuden. He just said, "Mr. Mitch," right? "Mr. Mitch, you okay?" I said, no, I just fell down. I just had surgery. I'm holding up my Bangkok bag with my meds in it. "No, I just had surgery and I just fell down. And I can't get up, you know." So she taps on the window to the parking attendant and motions him in. He comes running. And she says something to him, which I deduced was, grab his shit and bring it to his room and put it where he wants it. Because that's exactly what happened. And I already tipped him for grabbing my bags out. Well, the Bolt driver grabbed my bags out, but I had him hanging on my suitcase, strap it on, and bring it up to the lobby. And I tipped him. Cop, and then he went on his way. And then she's waving him back in, saying, "Take his shit upstairs." So we get to the room, and I said, "Yeah, just put it here, put it here. I'm good." And then I could cry, you know. And I tipped him again, so he's a happy camper. And I'm like, "Shit, man, I need some coffee." So I dump a bottle of water. I check the kettle right, make sure there's nothing in it, nothing suspicious in it, and I dump a bottle of water in it and hit go, right? And then started doing some shit. Well, I'm deaf. I'm not wearing my hearing aids. That son of a bitch boiled dry, baby. It did not turn off. I'm going, what the hell's that smell? Holy shit. the glass shelf above the kettle was fucking piping hot because I had already put my meds, you know, little plastic pill containers up there and shit. It was like they were stuck to the glass. The Ziploc bag that they were laying on was melted to the glass. Oh my God. And I grabbed the handle. Oh, fuck. So I just uncorked it, you know. And then I called down and said, my kettle not work. It not close, I said. They say, open the light, close the light. If you know anything about electricity, when you open a circuit, it's not working. When you close it, it's connected, right? But anyway. So then, you know, 15 minutes I had a new kettle. So I'm drinking coffee and copious amounts of water so I can pee, the doctor said. Pee. Number one, it gets all the drugs you've had out of your system. And it clears the blood out, the clots out, which is kind of alarming when those come out. It's like, whoa, you know, but so all in all, the procedure went like clockwork. Went shorter than, they said 3 or more hours. And it was less. And I think it was 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 hours. They rolled me to recovery. I was awake in 5 minutes. Literally, this is what they told me. More than once. And then they observed me for 45 minutes. And then they rolled me to my room. In the same bed that they rolled me down in. And, yeah. So, I mean, totally professional, okay? I mean, I can't say enough about the facilities, the modern equipment. I saw some shit there that I haven't seen in the States. Maybe you guys have, but I haven't. And I've had probably far too many CTs, okay? I read somewhere, going off a complete memory here, that a CT scan equates to like 1,000 chest x-rays, something like that, some crazy number, some big number. Look it up. You know, I'd like to, you know, give you something to do. That's your assignment. But you know, MRIs are, it's still, as far as I know, are harmless. But a CT, you're getting radiated, baby. And it equates to X amount of x-rays of something. So I'll Google it tonight. Maybe I'll put it in the notes of the video. But at any rate, every time I've had a kidney stone that was stuck and I've gone to the ER, emergency room in America, I don't know if they call it, EA? Emergency ambulance. I don't know what it's called in the UK. I forget. It slips my mind. At any rate, you have an emergency, you go there. And every time I've done that, before they could give me any meds, IV meds for the pain, excruciating pain, they have to prove that you have a kidney stone lodged. So you got to do a CT. And I'm claustrophobic. I don't know how many hundreds of times I've said this, but I'm claustrophobic. And when you're in pain, when I'm in pain, I'm more claustrophobic. You know what I mean? Because you're weak, right? Me, I'm weak. When I say you're, I'm talking about me. It's like I can tolerate shit, No, count. Okay, this is okay. It's going fine. 'Cause, you know, like an MRI, I've had an hour and 45, 2 hours when they did my brain MRIs for my pituitary tumors. Because I've had two. One removed in the States and one removed right here. That was the first one that I forgot about. And the second one was the prostate surgery I had, different procedure 2 years ago. And then this one. This one will probably outlive me. He says you'll get at least 10, probably 15 years out of this. And I said, well, I'm 63. I'm good. I can trickle. Like the race car driver, Dick Trickle. Boy, I'm off on a fucking tangent. I told you, Don, I'd go off on a tangent. And Richie. Anyway, so I fell down. God, I was fucking stupid. Pardon the language, because I am literally trying to clean it up. You know, I promised my mom said, would you, Mitchell, please, would you stop saying that word? And, okay, Mom, I'll try, you know, but 10 minutes later, I'm saying it. You know, if I say F word in your head, you're hearing fuck. Okay, so by saying the F word or the R word, you're still in your head, your brain, you're making that connection. So you might as well just say it. It's a versatile word. You've heard this before. Comedians have used that one for, you know, F me, no, F you. Holy F. You know, why the F you doing that? Why the F did you do that? You know what I mean? It is so versatile. There's a couple other words that are pretty versatile too, but I won't say them. But overall, I mentioned this in a video that I'm urinating like a thoroughbred, okay? And you know, our only sphincter in our body is not the one behind me, right? And down in there. That's not the only sphincter we have. We've got multiple. I don't know how many, but we've got multiple sphincters. And one of them is up there where your bladder meets the tube. And you can control your urine flow. And one of the risks with that surgery is if they nick that sphincter, you have no control. You're Mr. Diaper Boy. Okay? And so I'm like laying in bed, drinking water. I go, okay. I feel like, okay, I'm going to be needing to go to the bathroom here in about 20 minutes, you know. Like if I was driving down the road and go, on a road trip, I'd call Chuck. Hey man, I think the next PTT would be a good idea. Sounds good to me. So we'd stop and then I would pee. Well, I was getting to that point. I think I'm going to be going in about 20 minutes, maybe 15, 20, maybe half hour. Of course, drink more water. And I'm like, huh, I can hold it. That's pretty cool. Then I go to the bathroom and do my business. But seeing cranberry juice come out is alarming. That's roughly a week to where it'll be, you know, normal. But it's already to pink lemonade. Okay, for comparison. I mean, I'm probably 2 days away from normal urine. And the burning, oh, that could last a week. He gave me pain pills. I said, nah, I'll just suffer through it. You know what I mean? I don't need that shit. And not that I'm afraid of addiction, but I know once I'm through urinating, the burning will stop. So 10 seconds, 8 seconds, I can do it, right? So it burned. Boy, when it burned, I tell you what, I never had that kind of burn before. I've had friends that have had that kind of burn before, but I never have. By the way, China, this is way off on a tangent, but 100% of our penicillin produced in America comes from China. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Just a little trivia. And a lot of our antibiotics do too. Acetaminophen, 100% from China. I read a lot of useless shit